Hi everyone, and welcome to the Texas Water Development Board's latest water and weather report. I'm Dr. Mark Wentzel, a hydrologist in the Surface Water Division here at the agency, and today we'll be taking a look at conditions for our state at the end of January. Let's take a look at some of the big water and weather headlines. Statewide, January was cooler and wetter than normal, but the eastern half of the state got most of the precipitation. Near the end of January, 42% of the state was in drought, down 1 percentage point since the end of December. At the end of the month, storage in our water supply reservoirs was more than 75% of capacity. 1 percentage point more than last month, 2 percentage points better than last year, but still about 7 percentage points below normal for this time of year. In the next few months, drought conditions for our state are expected to expand modestly. Let's take a closer look at temperature and precipitation. On these maps, we're looking at both parameters relative to what is considered normal for January. From a water supply perspective, reds, oranges, and yellows mean trouble on both maps. They show areas with above average temperature on the left and below average precipitation on the right. Averaged across the state, January temperature was cooler than normal while precipitation was near normal. But precipitation varied widely. Many parts of the state, already free from drought, including parts of North and East Texas and the Panhandle, received greater than normal precipitation. Meanwhile, many of the hardest hit drought areas in Central and West Texas received below normal precipitation. As a result of rainfall occurring in areas already free of drought and cooler temperatures slowing the expansion of drought, conditions changed very little during January. From the end of December to late January, drought contracted, the third consecutive month of contraction, but it was only 1 percentage point in January. By late January, 42% of the state remained in drought. Changes to statewide surface water supply volume were also quite modest. The dark line on this chart shows how volumes in our water supply reservoirs this year compares to minimum, maximum, and median values for the day of the year from data going back to 1990. Also displayed are lighter lines that show how we did in 2024 and 2023, and a red line that shows how we did in 2011. Surface water supply volume began 2025 at nearly 75% of capacity and hovered around that value most of the month. Late in January, we got a bit of a boost to end the month above 75% of capacity. That leaves us about 2 percentage points ahead of last year's volume, but still 7 percentage points lower than normal for this time of year. What can we expect over the next few months? Through the end of April, the National Weather Service is expecting a modest expansion of drought in Texas. A big factor in this outlook is an ongoing La Niña event, cooler than normal sea surface temperatures in the eastern equatorial Pacific, that typically bring warmer and drier conditions to the southern U.S., including Texas, during the winter. Farther out, we're still hopeful for more drought relief. After April, La Niña is expected to transition to neutral conditions, and May is historically the wettest month of the year for Texas. That should increase our chances for drought relief before summer. That concludes our report. Until next time, I hope you all stay healthy and safe.